GETTYJames DeGale is planning a return in December. The IBF super middleweight champion has been ruled out since January with a shoulder injury which required surgery, but he is now targeting December as a potential return date. DeGale is also planning a blockbuster fight in his hometown of London, as one of three big fights in 2018. The 31-year-old told On the Ropes that he will not be getting into the ring with any of the other three title holders this year, which rules out bouts with George Groves WBA, David Benavidez WBC and Gilberto Ramirez WBO. Instead, DeGale is hoping to test himself against a top 10 fighter, and he has enlisted the help of Al Heyman, a boxing advisor whose lists of clients include Floyd Mayweather, to help set up his next comeback fight. Thursday, January 12, 2017. Express Sport brings you 10 things you didn't know about boxing star James DeGale. I'm actually speaking to Al Heyman. I just leave that to him. DeGale said of his comeback fight, "I don't want it to be a world beater. I don't want it to be one of the other three world champions. I just want someone in the top 10 that will push me and will give me the rounds to test out my shoulder. Next year is my year. Next year is the big year. I want to be bigger next year. I want to fight 3 times in big fights, unification fights. I want to have a big homecoming as well. So next year is the year." DeGale, who has won 23 of his 25 fights, also claimed that he had been struggling with his shoulder injury during his unification bout with Badou Jack in January, which ended in a draw, and in the win over Rogelio Medina last year. Getty Arsenal fan James DeGale is planning another London showdown, but champion Groves, who is the only man to beat DeGale back Indiana 20111 this week, called his nemesis, claiming his body will never be fit enough to get in the ring again. But the southpaw boxer is confident his injury issues are behind him as he plots his return to action. "He'll be back in December," DeGale said. "I got the operation done in June. The last couple of months have been frustrating because it was all rehab, but the past 9 weeks I have been getting back into the boxing gym." GETTYJames DeGale drew with Badou Jack in the January unification fight. "I'm doing my rehab, my strength, and now I can punch and jab with it fully. I can hook with it. I had shoulder surgery. I've been boxing with a messed up shoulder for the last couple of years." In the Medina and Badou Jack fights, after the Badou Jack fight I went to the doctors and they diagnosed it, and at first they thought it was just inflammation and I needed some ligaments tightened up, but when they actually went in they found that I had a tear around my shoulder and in my rotator cuff as well. My shoulder was pretty gone, so I'm actually surprised in myself how I boxed so long with it.